Hello and welcome to another video. So I saw this news on IGN that caught my attention. It says Lionsgate is interested in a major John Wick video game adaptation with a much larger budget than the independent John Wick X. So as always, I will drop link to the article in the description so you can read the full article for yourself. But I'll just read a few lines and I'll give my opinion. The article says, while Lionsgate still has 2 more John Wick movies on their way, the studio is reportedly also considering a big AAA game based on the franchise. During an earnings call today, Lionsgate CEO mentioned that the company has been discussing proposals for the game, though nothing is set in stone yet. Quote, "I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we believe there is a big AAA game to be made out of John Wick," he said during the call. According to a report by IndieWire, "We have been fielding proposals. We certainly are interested in moving that forward, but I don't want to say anything more about that at this time." Just like the article said, nothing is set in stone yet. So at this point, they are still proposing the game. And what do I think about this news? If you're a regular on my channel, you know that I am not really into live adaptations or adaptations in general. But I'm going to say this, when it comes to adaptation, whether it is movie to game adaptation or game to movie adaptation, or anime to live action adaptation, or whatever it is, if the adaptation is done right, then I think it is fine. And I know that there are people out there that want to actually see a John Wick AAA game, which is also fine. And I'm also curious, I want to see how a big AAA John Wick game would be like. So if they make the game and they adapt it well, then I think it will make a whole lot of sense. Instead of just making one very generic bad game, the game will just be an isolated trash, but the movies will still be as good as they are. But if I were to give my opinion on how a John Wick video game adaptation should be like, I think a Max Payne style game would be perfect for this movie. At least that's my own opinion. Different people have different opinions when it comes to this. I went online, I went to Twitter, and I saw that some people were saying Max Payne, some said Splinter Cell, some were even saying Hitman. Okay, if we go to Twitter and we see IGN's tweet, IGN basically just tweeted the news. But when we go to the reply, is it Thales Nunes? He says, "In my opinion, a John Wick game should play like Splinter Cell Conviction. I believe that would be a great fit for the character. Never going to happen, of course, but allow me to dream." So somebody replied, "Honestly, wouldn't a Max Payne kind of game be a better fit? An engine that allows the sleek gunfu as well as being able to stealth and take down enemies from a variety of positions." Yes, I agree with this guy, David Benjamin. I agree with David Benjamin. A Max Payne style game will be perfect for this franchise. Chimichangas? He said, "They are the only people who make sense. John Wick should be like a fusion of Max Payne and Hitman." Yep, I said it. Max Payne makes more sense when it comes to stuff like this. But like I said, this is just my own opinion. Somebody said, so Max Payne. Timothy S. Smith says, "Mix Hitman stealth assassination with Arkham gang combat." Dishaunty, he says third person. I think third person would make sense. Okay, he's replying to John Q that says, "FPS or third person, Hitman with some mechanics like old Splinter Cell or even Metal Gear Solid. This can be an epic game or massive shit." Okay, then he replied third person. Just like I said, if this adaptation is done well, if it is done right, this game is going to be fucking epic. So Marlon says Max Payne plus Hitman equals John Wick game. I've been saying it, I think Max Payne makes more sense when it comes to making a John Wick video game. But something else I want to suggest, maybe show us who John Wick was before he got married. Remember when that Russian boss gave John Wick that impossible task when he said he wanted to leave?
He asked to leave. So over a woman, of course. So I made a deal with him. I gave him an impossible task. A job no one could have pulled off.
I think the game should let us play that impossible task. I want to kill people with pencil in the game. I want to like somehow now I am very, very curious. I want to see how this game is going to be like. I want to see how the game will be like. Like I said, if they make the adaptation well, this is going to be a massive hit. The movies are very good. The movies are box office hits. So if you make a good game based on the movies, that's another massive win for Lionsgate. So do it right. Let's move on to the next news. It is also an adaptation news. I saw this on Gaming Boat. It says Gears of War live action movie and animated adaptation in the works at Netflix. Netflix and the Coalition are teaming up for a new live action movie adaptation of the Gears of War franchise with an animated follow-up also in the works. So as always, I'll just read some lines and I'll give my opinion. Netflix has announced a partnership with developer The Coalition to adapt the Gears of War franchise into a number of things. According to the announcement, there will be a live-action movie based on Gears of War, which will then be followed up with an adult animated series. Netflix has also stated that after the initially planned adaptations, there is also the potential for more stories to be adapted from the Gears of War franchise. Another adaptation news, and like I said earlier in the video, do the adaptation right. You already have the source material. Follow the source material. At least from what I am seeing, they said they are working with the developer of the game, The Coalition, which I think is even giving me a little bit of hope that they might follow the source material or they might be faithful to the source material. Although in my channel, you know that I am not really into adaptations because everything now is just getting adapted. The first news, a movie that wants to get adapted into a video game. Now, a video game that wants to get adapted into a movie. But if it is done right, then that's another win for the Gears of War franchise. When I saw the announcement on Twitter, I was seeing some very interesting comments. Film Flam says, "Oh, cool. Another franchise adaptation that will be awful." The Batch says, "Please follow and respect the source material. All anyone really asks for here." AJ Fraser says, "Seriously, look at the Halo TV series. Look at what happened with The Witcher." Buster Boy says, "You know what to do." I noticed that a lot of people are suggesting Batista to play Marcus. Locke says, "Oh my god, please be good, please be good, please be good." This is a weird way of saying Microsoft is asking us to ruin another franchise. This person said, "I can't get hype after Halo. Please don't mess up with this." So that's just it. If they can just stay true to the source material, I think this will be a big hit. Anyway, let me not drag this video too long. Let me not be rambling and all. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you want to play a AAA John Wick video game or you are fine with the movies? Also, what do you think about this Gears of War live action movie? Do you want to watch a live action movie or are you fine with the video game? Do you care about this news? Are you okay with the video games or do you want to see a live action movie or even an animated TV series? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, share this video, subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next video.